Welcome to omegabone.com. This is my hair story. Thank you for joining me. My hair story can be grouped into about 4 sections. In the beginning, like most black babies, I was born with dark, soft curls. And with my mother taking care of it, it grew nicely. Unfortunately, we put a perm in my hair when I was in middle school, and being that I wasn't really mature enough to take care of it, it was terrible. Luckily, I don't have any pictures of this time, but over the next few years of high school, I would press my hair, cut the perm out, and then I would go into box braids or cornrows or 2-strand twists or ponytails, like everybody. And, that grew my hair out. The next section of my hair story would be artificial hair. My introduction to artificial hair was one day I was walking to the bus stop near my mom's house, and I saw there was a new stylist in the window at the beauty shop. And she was installing a braid weave in someone's hair, and it was hot pink. I was like, and obviously that's what caught my eye, was the color. But these were micro braids, and when I would get individuals done, that would be like 8, 9, 10 hours sitting down watching movies at someone's house. But these were fine, tiny micro braids already done. I guess they would have a machine make all these braids on this weft of hair. Score! So Miss Shayla would braid up my hair, and then what was left over, she would then sew down to my head. And then she'd sew on these tracts of hair. It was fantastic. 3 hours from sitting to her chair to leaving. 3 hours, 4 hours tops. 4 hours is when she was busy. Instant color, instant braids, instant easy. And it cost the same as getting individuals done. So that was like my favorite. Now, I couldn't keep the red for that long. I initially got the red because I got my first car, and it was red. So of course I had to get red hair to match. But I couldn't keep it because it was interfering with my ability to book jobs. A friend of a friend told me that there was going to be a space in another band. And so I went to the band leader and said, hey, I'm available. And she looked at me like, yeah, we don't really need any more singers, but thanks. Really? You could have just said you don't like my hair. And then if you had said that, I could have told you this is a weave, I can take it down. But whatever. Her loss. But I eventually took it out because a group I was in, a classical ensemble, the director made an announcement at one of the rehearsals. Cast members are no longer allowed to have unnaturally colored hair. But there were plenty of black women with blonde hair. I don't know how natural that is either, but whatever. So I took it down. Then the next rehearsal, someone comes over to me, and most people know that if they have something funny to say, come sit by me because I'll be the first one to laugh with you. If it's inappropriate, I'll say so, but I'm gonna laugh first, definitely. So someone comes over to me giggling. I'm ready. Like, what? She says to me, Dr. McNeil said that we can't have any orange hair. That someone had on some orange hair and they can't have that anymore. Yeah, I didn't laugh. It's mildly amusing now, but yeah. I told her it wasn't orange hair, it was red hair, and it was my hair. And she was like, oh. Yeah. it's whatever. But so I took it down and I went into cornrows with extensions in the back. I had my hair in the front cornrowed to my head, and then in the back I had individuals with the knots hidden. And because I didn't have any knots in the front, it looked like my hair went down to my waist. And that's what I wore to Brazil. I got so many compliments on this hairstyle. I would braid it up during the day, and then in the evening I would take the braids out so that it would be nice and loose and wavy, and it looked beautiful. But that only lasted like a week, because cornrows with just my hair, because my hair is so soft, doesn't really last that long, even if I tie it up every night. So when I got back from Brazil, I went back into my favorite braid weave, and from then on I just got a plain black weave. And then in the front, because you had to have micro braids individually done to cover up the tracks, I would get some blue hair braided into that. And that was very pretty and very easy. I would get the front done every 2 months, and then I'd get a new weave every 6 months. Then I went to Cuba with an Afro weave, and that was really, really nice because, you know, Cuba is always hot, and I was going to be there for 2 weeks. And then, like, there was a time that I flew into Mexico and spent the night. Then I was in Cuba for 2 weeks, and then I spent a long weekend, like 4 days in Cancun, and then flew back home. So it was going to be like 3 weeks that I was going to be gone. And it was perfect because I didn't have any hair on my neck. I didn't have to worry about a ponytail. I didn't have to worry about hair falling in my face. I didn't have to worry about air conditioning in the hotels making me sick. Because my hair was covered. You know, it was super easy. You know, I just had to make sure that after I got out of a pool or out of water that I let my hair fully dry so that it wouldn't mat up. Then later that year I entered a competition in Savannah, Georgia. And because I had been wearing weaves, which kept my hair off my shoulders and tied up nicely, my hair was long. It was well past my shoulders. I decided to press my hair for the Savannah competition. And because I knew I was going to be there for a week, I know that a press wasn't going to last that long. So I brought a white girl with me. It was a plastic ponytail that was cut into layers. Oh, that thing was so pretty. It would like fall like water along my shoulders. Oh, it was so pretty. My next Hairstory section is then moving to Europe. Black hair care is different because the stylists here that work with black hair are used to much stronger, thicker hair than mine. And I have a lot of hair, but it's not thick. So I ended up having to do my hair myself. And that worked okay for a little while, you know. So my hair was past my shoulders even when it was wet. And so I would wear it in 2-strand twists, or I'd take those twists out and wear it wavy, or I'd put it in a ponytail and put on extra ponytails. Occasionally, I would go to a salon and have someone cornrow my hair. But that was rarely. When I moved down to Mainz, where I live now, I got pregnant. And so one day I was sitting in the bathtub washing my hair because I couldn't stand up because I would overheat. And I was worried about falling down. And so I was sitting in a cold bath trying to wash my hair, and I got so overwhelmed. I just started to cry. And then the crying became hysteria. Then I became frantic. I screamed for my husband, come in here, cut my hair. And he's, you know, so upset. No, baby, I don't want to cut your hair. You're just pregnant and hormonal. I don't care, cut my hair, yeah. Just a lunatic, right? So finally he cut my hair. Womp, womp, womp. It was ugly. And I don't understand exactly why it was so ugly, because both of my grandmothers at some point in time have worn their hair short and it looked fantastic. I've got several aunts that wear their hair like this and it looks great. But my head, I looked a mess. So the first chance I got back to LA, I put in another weave. And I got Indian hair had just become popular or trendy for, you know, regular people. Stars were wearing Indian hair for a long time, but it had just gotten down to the masses. And so I got me a head full of $300 Indian hair. That was just the hair. That was not even the installation. Just the hair was $300. No, $350, right? So then I had Miss Shayla put it in, and you know, that worked. It was pretty, but then when I was going into the hospital, I knew that I didn't want to have to comb my hair or be fussing with my hair, so I put in box braids. And I alternated in between weaves and braids because I found someone in Wiesbaden to do my hair. And that brings me to my last section of my hair story. Those girls in Wiesbaden messed me up real bad. And I didn't notice it immediately, but when I would take the braids down and go into a weave or, you know, go back into braids, like they would braid my hair so tight. Like I was losing my hairline. And I didn't, you know, notice it at first, but it wasn't until my daughter was about 7 months old. She was in her baby swim class. And so I got my hair braided into cornrows and then I would slap a ponytail on it. And you can see here, I have braids, but I have an afro before my braids where my hair had just broke off. And, you know, it wasn't until I saw the pictures of that swim class that I realized, what have I done? That I had made a huge mistake by going back to those girls. And like every time they do my hair, my head would hurt, but you know, I just take some ibuprofen and call it a day. But you should not take ibuprofen just because you got your hair done. That's a problem. You know, I know that now, but anyway, so the first chance I found someone to put coils in my hair, I had her start me on my lock journey. Yeah, so that was October 2006. And the coils looked cute for about a week. And we were moving into wintertime, and wintertime my hair gets really dry and I get dandruff. And you know, like the second month of my lock journey was miserable. My hair looked terrible. Like I always wore head wraps, always wore scarves, but I couldn't wash my hair because my hair's so soft. I knew the coils would just go. So here I am in Athens and I looked terrible. I mean, but the people are so nice there that, you know, even though I looked like a scarecrow, they were still very kind and very nice. By the time I got pregnant with my son, I pretty much had a handle on how to twist my hair and how I could wear it so that it would look okay. It wasn't until my second year did my locks actually look nice, that they were actually locked and would hang. You know, so, and I never went to a loctician. I just went to a regular beauty stylist to do the rat tail comb coils. You know, she used some gel and on wet hair. You know, she'd spritz my hair and then she'd twist it with gel. So I never went to a loctician, and so you don't have to spend money on your hair. It looks, sometimes it looks better, you know, always going to a loctician or a stylist, but no one's going to take care of you the way you're going to take care of you. No one is going to take care of your things the way you're going to take care of your things. So, you know, as a singer, until you're at the point where you can hire a stylist that will just take care of your hair, like if I lived in Los Angeles, I wouldn't have locks because, well, maybe I would because Shayla's now in Atlanta, but when I had Shayla to do my hair, I didn't have to worry about my hair. She took excellent care of my hair. But here I don't have that, and I haven't found anyone, and now that I've got locks, I don't need anyone to take care of my hair because I can take care of my hair. So do what you can for yourself. You know, because you're not going to pull out your hair, and you're not going to twist your hair so tight that it gives you a headache, you know. As a professional singer, having locks is the best style that I can have. I can handle my hair quickly and easily. 1.5 hours to wash and retwist my hair. It's heaven sent. It's the quickest hairstyle I've ever had. I make my own shampoo and lock cream, so I don't have to worry about my hair drying out so bad. And the only time I have to use the dandruff treatment that I put together is only in the dead of winter when it's really, really dry. I hope you've enjoyed my hair story, and thank you for joining me. Please take a moment to subscribe to my YouTube channel, omegabone.com, and please tell a friend. If you have any questions or comments, please send me an email to info@omegabone.com. Thank you for joining me.